Welcome back to the Yaffe program. Glad you're joining the show here on a Monday morning. Go ahead and fade that music down pretty fast, Bugsy, because running out of time. We got to get to it. We have the Alabama bullet points.
Alabama bullet points. Today's headlines from around the Yellowhammer State.
Sponsored by Larry's Pistol and Pawn. Number 4 today, U.S. Senator Tommy Tuberville introduced a bill seeking the death penalty for illegal immigrants convicted of murdering U.S. citizens. That's right, he said over the past 4 years, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris welcomed more than 10 million illegal immigrants into this country with open arms. It says as a direct result, innocent Americans like Laken Riley and Rachel Morin have lost their lives, which he's absolutely right. And he says it's simple. If you're in this country illegally and you murder an American citizen, you should face the death penalty. President Trump has essentially stopped the crisis at the southern border. Republicans in Congress must do our part to ensure no more American blood is shed at the hands of criminals who shouldn't be here in the first place. Every morning I get up and read and I see the crime that is escalating in the streets. I mean, this seems like a no-brainer. Every Republican should support it. It's a just punishment and it's also a deterrent. Number 3 today, a bill that would regulate vaping products. This would include some age restrictions and where it can be sold. It is ready to be signed by Governor Kay Ivey. Now, there are some who say she might not sign it. There's a lot of lobbying going on. There has been since this bill was first introduced. Now, for 3 years, Alabama State Representative Barbara Drummond fought to rein in the sale of alternative nicotine products. Well, last week, that effort reached a milestone as lawmakers passed HB 8, a potentially groundbreaking bill that could mark Alabama's first major regulation of e-cigarettes and vaping devices since it became widely popular among teens more than a decade ago. Now, Drummond said this is a game changer for Alabama. I mean, I'm much more in favor of regulating like a lot of the CBD stuff and marijuana stuff than this. I don't know. I mean, I'm just glad kids aren't smoking cigarettes. Number 2 today, U.S. Senator Katie Britt called for the dismantlement and complete destruction of Iran's nuclear program. That's right, she's supporting the efforts of President Donald Trump to make sure Iran never gains access to nuclear weapons. Now, Britt joined U.S. Senators Lindsey Graham and Tom Cotton last week in introducing a resolution outlining the acceptable outcome of the United States negotiations with the Islamic Republic of Iran. Now, that outcome must include the complete dismantlement and destruction of Iran's entire nuclear program. Now, Britt about it said, I'm grateful for the strong leadership President Trump continues to exhibit across the globe. As the most pro-Israel president the United States has ever had, he is restoring credible American deterrence on the world stage by actively advocating for Israel's security. She also said, I'm proud to join my colleagues in reaffirming our support for the dismantlement and complete destruction of Iran's entire nuclear program to protect our allies and to secure our nation from future threats. And of course, she's 100% right here. All right, number 1 today, Alabama Speaker of the House, Nathaniel Ledbetter, he defended allowing a 5% overtime tax cut to expire, citing a $320 million education budget hit. He said, it's not easy, and the prime example is the overtime tax. It's something I supported. I thought it was a good bill. You know, the fiscal note we got was $30 million. Well, it wound up, it's going to be like $320 million. Said that comes out of the classroom, yada, yada, yada. I find this interesting because last week, Senator Tuberville called for this on the federal level and praised Alabama for starting this trend, and then Alabama decides to get rid of theirs. I just have to say, though, it's very difficult for me to believe that our education system was so dependent on taxing overtime pay. It's just something weird about saying that. I don't buy it. I want to tell you about the sponsor here real quick, Larry's Pistol and Pawn. They sell the best in jewelry, and maybe you screwed up this Mother's Day and didn't get your mom or your wife something nice, so you should probably make up for it right now. Go to Larry's Pistol and Pawn today, located in Madison off Greenbrier Exit 3 by the Big Rusty Water Tower. The best selection and best prices of jewelry in town. Go right now.
You're listening to Yaffe on WVNN.